Hello friends, and welcome back to Scaling Stories. Today, I've got some more highly upvoted posts from Best of Redditor updates for you all. Like always, I'll be reading you the posts and giving you my opinions, and I'll also be working on building up my forever world at the same time, so I hope you enjoy. Also, I'm currently only in Spotify's creator program, so watching on there would help me out a ton. Thank you so much for your support. Today's first story comes from the Relationship Advice subreddit. It was posted by ThrowRA UpsetGF1 on May 17th, 2026, and was titled, "My brother, 26 male, and I, 20 female, think that my boyfriend, 21 male, and my brother's girlfriend, 20-something female, are hooking up. Hello. I'm posting this because we genuinely don't know what to do or think at the moment and need some advice. Using fake names for all, in case anyone we know finds this. My brother, Darren, and I think that our partners are cheating on us with each other. I've been dating my boyfriend, Cole, for a year now, and my brother recently started dating Sage about a month ago. We still live with our mom, as I still go to school, and my older brother helps with the bills and our younger brother. We just feel it's better this way, especially after everything we've been through recently as a family, but that's a whole different story. Cole moved in with us at the end of November/beginning of December last year. It started just as him staying over on weekends. Then his stays got progressively longer, and he eventually just started staying over every night. He's currently also in school, but online, and he helps around the house with cleaning and cooking and that kind of stuff. He's very good with my younger brother, and they have a brotherly bond as well. Sage has been staying over for the past, 3 or 4 weeks, shortly after my brother and her started dating. She took some time off work to come stay over for a few weeks. I wasn't given the exact amount of time. She lives more than 3 hours away. She is a nice girl, super easy to talk and joke around with. My boyfriend and I were honestly a little startled by how outgoing she is, since we are a little more shy and are introverts lamau. She's already met our extended family as well, and she fits right in with us, and everyone adores her. Now, on to the main topic. When Sage first came over, we were all told by my mom to come and make her feel welcomed and comfortable, so we were out in the living room or kitchen most of the week, playing games and having fun when we weren't at school/work. Over the first week, we have gotten more comfortable with her, including my boyfriend. She and my boyfriend have been the only ones home alone when everyone else was at work or school. One night, when I woke up in the middle of the night, Cole wasn't in bed and didn't come back for a while. I didn't think anything of it and went back to bed after a while. And the next day, the 4 of us were in the living room together, Darren and Sage, and Cole and I. We were all talking and joking around, and I brought up the fact that he was gone for a while and where he went last night. He claimed he just went to the bathroom, but then Darren also asked Sage the same thing. They were both gone for long periods of time that night. Sage looked at Darren and laughed and apologized and said she got a call from her friend and went outside to talk to her in the car. She then said to Darren, "I'll let you know next time if she calls again." We moved on after that. The next thing that happened that has made us truly question things was this morning, when I was dropping off my younger brother off for school. He said that if Cole and I could keep it down while we're doing it, because he couldn't really sleep last night. He went on all about how he didn't need to hear his older sister getting some, and wished we didn't share a wall. Now, this would have been a valid concern if it was me, but it wasn't. I went to my cousin's house to hang out for the evening and didn't come home until about 2 a.m. Cole and I didn't do anything. He was already sleeping by the time I came back. Also, Cole and I are always mindful about the fact that my younger brother's room is on the other side of the wall. So, who was my boyfriend screwing in my own bed when I wasn't there? Well, after he voiced his disgust, I just said, "Okay, yeah, sorry about that. It won't happen again," and dropped him off at school. I immediately texted Darren and asked him if Sage left any time during the night, and he said at about midnight, she went to go talk with her friend again. I told Darren about what our little brother told me, and Darren said we talk about it after work/school. So, we went about the day today, and when we came home, I went to Darren's car and we talked for a long time. Darren told me that Sage has been talking to her friend almost every night. We compared every little thing that we might have brushed off as nothing, but then it all clicked, or so we think. These are the two bigger incidents that happened, but there are more. We need advice or an outside perspective on these incidents and what we should do. Does this sound like cheating? Or are we just overthinking idiots with trust issues? Lol. Cole has never given me any reason to suspect he would cheat. He's super against it, actually, and has no girls on his phone or anything. He's an introvert, only has a few friends, and even they keep joking about how Cole pulled off even getting a girl, me, to talk to him from how quiet and awkward he is. And Sage just doesn't seem like the type to do that sort of thing. Advice? I can include other incidents that make us think that this is what's happening if anyone needs more info on it. ScalingStories Corner. Jesus Christ, dude, that last sentence literally took me like 25 takes to read the way it did come across. I don't know what it is about it, like the formation of the words and the sentence. It was really messed up for me. But nah, it's so cooked in this post. Based on the details that OP gave us, I think Cole and Sage are most definitely hooking up. I mean, they have to be. It's pretty hard to mishear the sounds of two people having sex, and OP's younger brother's room is literally on the other side of OP's room, so I really doubt he misheard it. And the craziest part to me isn't that they were hooking up with each other, it's that they had the audacity to do it in OP's bedroom. That is like some crazy, absurd level of cheating and disrespect to do to someone else. Like, oh my God. Do you think they washed OP sheets when they were done doing the deed? Like, that is just super nasty. So yeah, I think a breakup is definitely needed. And I would honestly Venmo request money from one of them, or maybe even both of them, to cover the cost of some new sheets. Because that stuff is really tainted no matter how many times you try and wash them. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the original post. Commenter 1 says, they have most definitely effed. What else have they done? OP says, my little brother came home from school during a half day and texted me that they were on the couch watching a movie, but when he was coming up the stairs to the living room, he said it seemed like they were in the middle of moving away from each other, like putting space between them. Another is, one time, my older brother found them in the kitchen and they were whispering. I don't know about what, but it's like they don't know each other enough to be whispering already and being hush-hush over things, you know? I don't know. Commenter 2 says, you do know. Your little brother's intuition seems to be better than yours, and he's picking up on the things you're choosing to ignore. I wouldn't be surprised if your little brother knew/suspected it wasn't you and your boyfriend he heard, and was trying to let you know that someone was having sex in your room when you weren't home. What I don't understand is why you didn't immediately ask your boyfriend about it. Commenter 3 says, I'm really confused why Sage literally took off work just to live in your family's house after dating your brother for a month. OP says, yeah, I don't know either. Commenter 4 says, show dominance by hooking up with your brother. OP says, y'all are crazy, lol. Update 6 days later. Hi. So, yeah, they were definitely sleeping together. But first, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who replied to my last post. Darren and I read through them all and laughed at a few. Some of y'all are crazy, lol. Darren told me to say that to those 2 or 3 people who said to sleep together. He says sorry, but we're not from Alabama. Of course he makes an Alabama joke, Lamau. Anyways, so like I said, the 2 damn cheaters were sleeping together in our family house. The night after I posted, we thought about putting cameras up, as the top comment suggested, but then we decided for me to just go through Cole's phone. So I did. They've been texting since we first met her. So basically, the day she got here. It looked like it was a normal conversation at first. Then the messages would be like, he/she, my brother or me, are gone/asleep. Come to the room/meet in the bathroom. Or, that was fun, winky face. Just flirty text like that. So that pretty much confirmed it. But then, as if that wasn't enough, I saw Sage ask Cole, can you send that video? I want to see it. And he sent the video of them doing it. I watched the video because, well, I'm an idiot who likes to hurt their own feelings, but it was bad. They were in doggy, and he was recording from behind, and she was calling him kinky names and kept saying, "Am I better than my name, daddy?" Or something along those lines. There was no condom used, and no pull-out either. In my bed. To be honest, it was pretty funny watching it because he wouldn't answer her when she would ask, which, I assume, is why she kept saying it. It hurt seeing my boyfriend of a year going at it with another girl, of course, but what can I do about something that's already happened many times? So, I sent the video to myself and didn't bother deleting the evidence and sent it to my brother. That same night, we confronted them, and they both denied it at first. Then, I showed them the video I had sent to myself. Then, that's when they both started crying and apologizing. I've never had to deal with a cheater in real life, let alone two, but man, is it pathetic when they got caught. I literally had to hold back a laugh when Cole started crying because why are you the one crying when I'm the victim? I don't know. Darren told Sage she's kicked out, and he didn't care where she went. She tried to say that she had nowhere to go and brought up that she lived 3 hours away and that he picked her up, so she had no car either. Darren said he didn't care and needed her out within the hour. That it was one thing to go behind his back, but hurting me was a big no-no. Love protective older brothers. So, he kicked her out, and I told Cole he had to leave back home too, about a 20-minute drive from our house. He tried to ask if we could talk about it, that we shouldn't let this ruin our year relationship, using all the cheater excuses there are, and I just told him I was done with him. So they both left. Did they meet up after? Probably. Do I care? No. He didn't have a job or a car, and he even stated he doesn't really want a job either. He lives off his daddy's money. Embarrassing for me that I was with him for so long. So, if they wanted to even try to make that work, she'd have to deal with that. Not my problem anymore. After they left, that's when I cried and let it out, and Darren comforted me. He even cried a bit himself. Cole has tried DMing me on Instagram, but I just leave him unseen. Sage has even DM'd me too, apologizing and asking if I could tell Darren to call her. So that's what happened. Thanks, Reddit, for your kind words and advice. We both appreciate it a lot. And Darren definitely learned his lesson on moving too fast in relationships. Lol. ScalingStories Corner. So yeah, yikes. I mean, what can we even say here? They were getting freaky in the sheets in that video recording. It is actually kind of hilarious that the person that ended up crying in the situation was Cole, because like OP said, you're the one who caused the situation to begin with. So what right do you have to start crying when you wasted an entire year of OP's life? I think that's just too messed up to do to someone. I'm so glad that OP was resolute in her decision to just not entertain any conversation or BS from Cole at the end and was just like, get out, like you gotta get out right now. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the update post. Commenter 1 says, burn your sheets and flip your mattress. Glad you kicked those losers to the curb. Commenter 2 says, when you said he started to cry, I started laughing. Super sucky for you and your brother. And the comments of you two hooking up made me laugh as well. Proud of you for leaving him and not replying. That is difficult sometimes. Okay friends, so that concludes our first story of the day. Next up, we have a story from the Relationship Advice subreddit. It was posted by ThrowRA Parody Twin9 on June 19th, 2025 and was titled, I, 31 female, had a conversation with my boyfriend, 31 male, and the rose-tinted glasses came off. How can I navigate this? Hello all. I've been with my partner for 1.5 years. We love each other. It has been rocky at times, and we have nearly been through a breakup, but each time we talked it out and believed we pulled through. The main subject of contention has always been his hobby and subsequent club. He is on the volunteer committee, has meetings every Monday, and goes every Wednesday and Thursday evening, along with some Friday evenings, as well as Saturday and Sunday mornings. He also spends several weekends away out of the year to do the hobby and uses holiday time for it too. He does admin outside of this also and has been in trouble at work for doing said admin during work hours and has even done admin during our quality time. There have been several incidents at the club, and with him being on the committee, he has spent a lot of time dealing with it. So much so, it affects his mental health poorly. He has even canceled plans and changed date nights with me to prioritize his hobby. This has caused many arguments and conversations, which stem from him making a hobby his priority and how he wants me to just slot into his current lifestyle. I explained that this couldn't happen, and we have compromised to try and make it work. I believe things had turned a corner. However, something changed today. I'm bisexual. The local Pride Parade is coming up, and I expressed my want to go. We did not make any explicit plans to go together, but he stated if he was available, he would go. He knows how excited I was at this prospect and knows how much this means to me. However, he messaged me to say he was now doing his hobby instead and couldn't go. Now, he said he was asked to go and asked me if this was okay. I felt like I couldn't say no, as in the past, I've said no and been made to feel guilty because I'm stopping him from doing his hobby. I'm not that kind of person. People make choices. That's their decision, not mine. However, I asked him if he ever wanted to go to the Pride event, and he said, I would have, but my hobby is more important. And then something in me just clicked. This event is important to me. It's something I'm excited about. It's something I want to do. The amount of times I've sat and taken him to his hobby, watched, helped, and supported him without fail, and sometimes without being asked. He doesn't do the same for me because it's not as important to him. It felt like he was saying, I'm not interested in the thing that you find important because it's not important to me, and by extension, you're not as important as my hobby. I didn't feel anger or hurt or disappointed. In fact, I didn't feel anything, and that's it. I didn't feel anything for or from him. No love, no support, no companionship. Nothing. All the times I've given up my time, wants, and needs to support him, and yet here I am, with something very important to me, and nothing. I felt nothing. The option was there. There was a choice, but I'm conflicted. I love him. We've navigated things before. How can I navigate this further? What advice would you give someone? Any advice, strangers of Reddit, would be appreciated. ScalingStories Corner. No! I mean, I think we would all agree that if OP was our friend, we would tell her that she needs to break up with him and find someone who actually supports her and her hobbies. I mean, we definitely have to save our friends, right? That is just so sad that OP says she puts in the time and energy to support her boyfriend and his hobby numerous times. But this guy can't drop his hobby for a single day to do something with OP that she wants to do. Like, do you even love your girlfriend? Because I don't think this guy actually does. Their relationship seems super one-sided, and it's all about him. I don't think anyone deserves to be in a relationship like that. And I promise you that there is someone out there that definitely likes the things you like and would very much be happy to do those things with you. But it will never happen if you stay with a person like OP's boyfriend, who only cares about himself and the things that he likes. Also, this post was from 2025, and I'm making this video technically on the 31st, but when I post this, it will be June 1st, which is also technically Pride Month, so happy Pride. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the original post. Commenter 1 says, sounds like it's not about pride at all. Some people want a girlfriend, but not a relationship. Some people are so afraid of being single, they want a girlfriend simply for the sake of not being single, but they don't want a relationship because that requires work. You want a relationship. He wants a girlfriend. You're an accessory to his life, not a priority. Accessories can be easily replaced. Relationships cannot. I guess this incident finally brought things into focus. But any improvement would require an effort on his part, and he's made it clear that ain't happening. But even if he was willing to work on things, you'd have to manage it all. You'd be the one telling him exactly what he needs to do, how to prioritize you. You'd be the one making all the effort. That is tiring. Find a man or woman or NB who wants to make you a priority, who wants an actual relationship and doesn't treat you like an accessory. Commenter 2 says, what kind of hobby/club takes up more time than a full-time job? You already know your answer. He won't ever prioritize you or your interests. Unless you constantly want to take a back seat to his needs and be left alone to pursue your interests, break up. Find someone who will support you 100% and make you a priority. OP later adds an edit to her post. Thank you all for the comments. I'm reading through each one as we speak. I might not reply because I'm still soaking in all the insight. Common questions. To those asking what the hobby is, it's a sport, and a very niche one, so I'm not going to detail what it is because that's not fair on that sport or the people in it. He isn't cheating. I've been with him on the weekends and taken him to the sport. No, I'm not karma fishing. Thanks, bot accusers. Throwaway new account, as I posted on my old account and didn't interact enough, hence throwaway. I honestly don't care for the whole karma thing. I'm seeing him tonight and will show him the post. Update 9 days later. Updating here as I haven't the freaking foggiest how to do the updates. Sorry for not responding to everyone in the comments. I got overwhelmed, honestly. We broke up. Reading your responses and information and questions was super helpful and gave me the slap I needed to get my arse in gear and leave. Just going through the motions, as you do. Now we're no longer together. The hobby. Sailing. Effing sailing. All the damn time. I'm gonna go focus on me and go back to being a single bisexual goddess and enjoy Pride Month with people who give a crap. Okay, friends. So that concludes our second story of the day. Next up, we have a story from the AITA Relationships subreddit. It was posted by CandyXCrusher89 on February 10th, 2026, and was titled, Would I be the jerk if I broke up with my boyfriend because his friends got him a me-shaped piñata? I, 22 female, and my boyfriend Matt, 22 male, have been together for a year and 8 months. Matt and I go to different universities in neighboring cities, about a 45-minute drive. Matt is in a fraternity, important for later. It was Matt's birthday on Friday, and he and I went out to dinner to celebrate. After dinner, I went back to my university since I live on campus. The next evening, I was on Instagram, and I clicked on one of our mutual friends' private story, and I saw Matt and a bunch of his friends hitting and stomping on a piñata. By clicking through more of the stories, I figured it must have been a surprise party for Matt, since he had told me his only birthday plans were dinner with me. On the last slide of the Instagram story, I got a close-up of the piñata, and it looked exactly like me. From the hair color to the skin color, even down to my septum piercing. There was no doubt that it was me. I was really confused, and I screen recorded the stories. Then, I messaged the friend who posted the story. I asked her if that was me as the piñata, and she left me on red and removed me from the close friend's story. This just confirmed my suspicions. The next day, I texted him and asked how his party went, and he acted confused and said he never had a party. I was confused as to why he was lying to me. I told him I saw it on mutual friend's private story, and then he completely stopped answering. An hour later, he answered and said, yeah, the guys threw me a surprise birthday party. It's a frat tradition not to talk about it though. That's when I asked him about the me-shaped piñata, and I sent him the video of him and his friends destroying it. He told me that it was not me. It was just a random piñata the guys had found. I told him to stop lying to me and that it was obviously me. I told him how hurt I was that he would allow his friends to do something like that, and all he could answer was that they would kick him out of the frat if he didn't accept it. I also brought up how, if his frat had thrown him a surprise party, why wasn't I invited? I was only, 45 minutes away. I knew it wasn't because it was only guys, because the mutual friend who had posted on the story was a girl who goes to his university, and I saw in the story there were multiple girls there. He stopped answering me and hasn't since. It's been a day with no contact. I'm honestly considering breaking up with him over this. I've caught him in lies before, but this is just too much. The video of him and his friends stomping the piñata was just so disturbing, and to find out that it was my face on it. We were planning on moving in together after graduation, but honestly, I don't know anymore. Would I be the jerk if I broke up with him over this? ScalingStories Corner. Abso-freaking-lutely, you gotta break up with this person. I mean, that is some gross bullying from OP's boyfriend and his friend group. You don't just exclude someone's significant other unless you straight up hate them. And it really does feel like they must hate OP if they built a piñata of her and smashed it up. Also, I don't really know much about frats, but are they really that crazy? I remember a recent clip of a frat thing. I don't know if any of you have also seen it, but like a police officer was coming to a frat house to stop a party, I think, or like a noise complaint or something. And there are legit a ton of people in the basement just standing still and not moving in complete darkness. It was like a scene out of the Weapons movie, if you saw that and you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't have the greatest perception of frats and the like. But back on topic. So yeah, OP's boyfriend lied to her several times in the process of her trying to get the truth out of him. And his solution at the end of it was to just ignore and ghost her. That's honestly a garbage person and most definitely not boyfriend material. So she's not the jerk if she broke up with him, and she should actually break up with him ASAP. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the original post. Commenter 1 says, "Why would you stay with him? He has lied before and is lying now. You are so young. Go live a wonderful life without someone who doesn't seem to value you." Commenter 2 says, "Oh, F no. Dump him. If his friends have a tradition of beating and stomping on effigies of their girlfriends, then the whole group is garbage. Plus, he lied. And he's lied before? Ma'am, your man is a woman-hating loser. Trust me, there are better men out there." Commenter 3 says, "Why even bother talking to him? Just ghost him. He beat a freaking piñata of you with his friends for fun. He doesn't even like you. One of those girls at his surprise party is his real girlfriend. Oh, and it was only a surprise to you. He deserves no more of your time." Update 4 days later. Hi everyone. Thank you for all the comments and messages. I have read each and every one of them, and I am truly grateful for all the advice. Update. So, Matt texted me back after a full day of incognito. He finally admitted that, yes, the piñata was supposed to be me. He said it was a joke, and it was meant to be funny. I told him how disrespectful and disturbing that was. I ended up breaking up with him and told him I wasn't going to stay with a man-child who was going to disrespect me for the fun of him and his friends. He completely lost it and begged me to stay. He was apologizing and saying he didn't want to lose me and blah, blah, blah. After I made it clear I wasn't going to take him back, he literally sent me a video of him making out with mutual friend. I don't know what the point of that was. Maybe just a final F you, but I honestly couldn't care at that point. I now realize how immature he was. I just blocked him. So, yes, most of you were right. He was cheating on me. I'm thankful that I didn't move in with this jerk, and I saw him for what he really was, an immature man-child. And yes, I will be sending the video to the university, though I doubt they will do anything. But yes, this is the update, and thanks again for all the support and kind words. They truly mean so much. ScalingStories Corner. Yikes. I mean, somehow in true Reddit fashion, we got the cheating in the story out of left field. Or I guess not completely out of left field, since that one commenter also predicted it. But I just didn't think he was cheating on OP from reading the initial post. I just thought that he didn't really care about her. Similar to how the boyfriend in the second story cared more about his hobby than OP, but I never chalked him up to cheating. But yeah, that guy was garbage, and I'm glad OP broke up with him. He was pretty pathetic to try and beg OP to stay when he didn't even like her in the first place. Someone who cares about their partner wouldn't even let that piñata smashing crap pass to begin with. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the update post. Commenter 1 says, "You dodged a bullet. He sent the video of him making out with a mutual friend because you called him out on his BS. He was just trying to get a reaction out of you so he could talk badly about you again to his friends, and they could tell him, 'Oh man, you dodged a bullet.' He's a narcissist. He wants to be looked at as the good guy. It wasn't me. She was a psycho. See her responses? This is why I cheated on her. Proud of you for standing up for yourself. You'll meet somebody amazing. Don't give up, and definitely don't hold on to this and carry it with you to your next relationship. Forgive, learn, and keep your head up." Commenter 2 says, good riddance. He was probably keeping you as some sort of backup option, or he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. He was definitely trying to prompt a reaction out of you with that video, either hoping it upset you, make you jealous, or make you beg to take him back, which is pathetic, really. Not to mention the immaturity and engaging in something disrespectful toward you. Expose this man-child for what he's really like and that he's a stinky cheater. It may be petty, but he deserves it if he gets the side/stink eye for it. Karma for his actions. Okay, friends. So that concludes today's video. Leave a like and comment down below to let me know what you thought of it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.